Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Candela. I'm a hypnotherapist and a transformation coach. And on this channel, I talk about hypnosis, transformation, and spiritual awakening. So today I want to talk about more of a transformational topic. I want to talk about perfectionism. Are you one of those people that are never quite satisfied with what you are putting out, with the product you're producing? So I must admit, I am a recovering perfectionist. So perfectionism is not really about doing quality work, because I really think that whenever we do anything, we should do it as well as we can, because it shows respect for the people that we serve, and it reflects on us. It shows, what we're about, what we value. So I really am not saying that we should just all forget about the quality of what we do. But perfectionism is really about taking it a step further. It's about never quite being satisfied with whatever you have to offer, always finding something wrong with it. And what it can lead to are a couple of things. Well, one is procrastination. So if you're putting out a project, let's say you're doing a video, you're writing a book, you're posting something, even like writing a blog on a social media. And so you are working on it and it's never quite there. It doesn't quite get up to your standards. And so what happens is you keep delaying it, postponing it, thinking, well, I'm going to work on it some more. It really needs some more adjustments, some more tweaking. And so you never quite offer it to the world. It just keeps sitting there. You keep holding it back, which in the end means that you're holding yourself back. You're holding your gifts back. You're holding back what you have to offer to the world. The other thing that happens is that if we do actually put out the product, we just begin to tear ourselves apart at any tiny little thing that we find that is not quite good enough. So let's say you write a letter and you find that a comma is missing that should have been there. And you just begin to come down hard on yourself. And so this thing with perfectionism is really not very productive in your life. And so I want to look at what is behind it. Why do we do that to ourselves, right? So what's behind, or let's just go, what's underneath perfectionism, just right under the surface, is our desire to avoid judgment. We want to produce something that will gain us praise and will avoid criticism. And that makes sense, of course. We want to be liked, most of us. We want to be judged by the quality of what we produce. Now, some people don't much care. They do it just for themselves, but many of us do care. And that's okay. But I want to really look at why it is important for us to avoid judgment. So what does judgment really mean for us? And by that, I mean negative judgment. If somebody, let's say you write a letter and you miss that comma, for many people, it wouldn't matter. For some people, it really does. And so if somebody points it out to you, or in your mind you think that everybody will notice it and everybody will judge you by it, what it tells us in our perfectionist mind is that we did not live up to the expectation of the world, the community, the humanity. I mean, it can be quite profound, even though humanity may not even know in its entirety, may not even know of your existence. But we kind of look at it in terms of We did not do what was expected of us. We did not meet the expectation. And what that means is we were not good enough. And so if we take it deeper, then let's go even deeper underneath that. Well, what does that mean when we say we're not good enough? Well, if you're not good enough, then you probably don't deserve to be accepted, don't deserve to be loved. And so that's kind of where that goes. If I made a mistake, or if I did something that was not to the expectation of the community, then they are not going to accept me. They are not going to love me. They're not going to give me the love that I need and that I crave. And so deep down, then what we're looking for when we're trying to be perfect is that love and acceptance. And we're terrified that if we don't live up to some sort of standard, that we won't deserve or get that love. And that's a very profound and difficult thing to deal with, isn't it? When we are equating a comma in a letter with our ability to be accepted and loved. So how do we deal with that? Well, it's really all about, on a very basic and deep and profound level, about self-acceptance, because there is this belief when we're trying to be perfect that we may not be acceptable to receive, to be given love. That if we are not acceptable enough, that we will not be given love and acceptance. And so that has to start within ourselves, because actually humanity truly may not know about you or care about your karma or care about any other mistake that you may make in whatever it is that you're producing. It is really the belief within us. So how do we counteract it? We begin with acceptance and love within ourselves. And it's really very simple. There's nothing tremendously profound that you need to do about it. It just has to start with this simple statement. And so if you're willing to try it, let's try it right now. You can just close your eyes, or you can just kind of shift your focus within for a moment. And think about any time that you did something that was not quite to your standards, where you think you fell short. And you may even notice a response within your body. There's sometimes your muscles tense, your shoulders may rise, lift, your chest might tighten. And so what I want you to just think within yourself is just a simple statement. I accept myself no matter what. I allow myself to make mistakes. I allow myself sometimes to not live up to perfection. And I still accept myself. I just allow myself to exist. And I accept myself fully. And as you say those things, I wonder if you can just begin to feel your body relaxing a little bit into those statements. So your shoulders might just drop down a little bit. Your chest might open up. As you're saying those statements, I accept and I allow. Just that simple. I just accept myself. I accept myself when I make a mistake. I accept myself when I don't live up to my expectations. I accept myself when I miss something. I just accept myself and allow. I allow myself to be. I accept myself fully. As you say those things, if you can notice how your body begins to soften and relax. And if it's not doing that, then you have some work to do. Okay, come back now. And so this is the foundation, simply to allow yourself to do these things and to not drive yourself crazy with perfection. So I'll share with you that, I'm just learning to do this thing with videos and making posts on YouTube. And I have done my share of procrastination to get started because I feel constantly that I need to make it just right to honor my viewers, but also for myself. So I had to finally sit myself down and just say, I allow myself to mess up. I allow myself to get some words wrong. I allow myself to say some things that won't be greatly profound. I just allow myself and accept that. And it will be okay. And humanity won't fall apart, and humanity hopefully won't hate me. And I allow myself and let it go. And so I welcome you to try the same when you're procrastinating, when you're putting things off, because the world needs to see your light. The world can benefit from your wisdom and from the things that you have to offer. So please don't hold them back. And even if you make a mistake, it's okay.